So how does residency work? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. So we're back with another chat with me video, and this time I will be answering some of your questions about residency. Also, there is a giveaway at the end of this video in celebration of 100,000 subscribers. What? Thank you guys so much. I've always wanted to do this video ever since, but I waited until I finished residency to actually do it. I asked this question on Instagram, so I will be picking out a few questions from here. Probably will tackle a lot of different things about residency. First of all, I would just like to say, before I started residency, I've heard so many horror stories about residency na I actually kind of prepared myself to go through that horror, but honestly, my experience in residency wasn't a horror story. So I will say, sometimes what people say, you know, it can be different from your experience. So I'll just probably be speaking based off of my experience, but I hope I can shed light on residency. And if you want to proceed residency, encourage you to go to residency. So yeah, anyway, let's start with the questions. Okay, now the first question is, how to survive residency on my 3rd month pero gusto ko na mag-quit? I feel like when I first started residency, the reason why I really stayed was because of the mindset that I had, and also with the work-life balance that I made myself have. So every single time, I would always provide something for myself. Like I would schedule like a dinner kahit with Jem or my friend. So at least I have something to look forward to at the end of the week. So it was something that I always put in my planner, na every single week I have something to look forward to. It kind of helped na para naman kahit pagod sa work, I know at the end of the day or like at the end of the week, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So don't quit unless if it's something that's really, bothering you na talaga mentally and it's not doing well for you. That's a different, topic. But yeah, if you're just tired, find ways to, maybe have a good skincare night or good food that can help you. What factors did you consider in choosing your hospital? Honestly, when I applied for residency, I only applied for one residency hospital. Yeah, I did the pre-residency period, and I can really say na the environment that they had, during my pre-residency period, really kind of helped me know na, okay, this hospital is fit for me. Usually naman, sa mga consider ng mga tao is, of course, number 1, location. I guess that's number 1 thing when it comes to choosing a residency hospital. But for me, I was kind of flexible on this aspect. So the criteria and the factors that I had in mind were, of course, the learning experience. Of course, mag-iba naman yung private and public. Number 2, also, the salary, of course, you could also take that into consideration. Number 3, if there are any leaves. Yeah, I didn't expect that my training program would have a leave, but that really helped mentally. But overall, it was really like the learning experience. And I will say, ang dami ko nakitang cases na I would just read in books, and I really, really learned a lot exponentially, and I was lucky enough to have a good working environment. By good, I will answer this next question. Is it really a pure bullying environment? So, I can only speak based off of my residency experience. My residency experience, wala naman ako na-experience na bullying. In fact, as we went through the years, we ensured na kung kami na yung seniors at that time, when we were seniors, we ensured na hindi magkakaroon ng bullying sa juniors. That was one thing that was very, very important, lalo na sa batch namin. And actually in the department as well, as much as possible, in order to learn, kaya naman na hindi maging bullies sa kapanahonan dati. Like maybe they wanted to bully someone para mas gumaling. But I will really say, you don't need to have a bullying department or a bullying environment to learn. And I can tell you that from experience. So we didn't have that kind of environment. I was lucky enough not to have that kind of environment. The environment I had was very nurturing, fulfilling. Nakausap ko yung fellows, nakausap ko yung co-residents ko, kahit seniors ko, the consultants, and baseline toxic naman yung work eh. Lalo na when you work in a public hospital, it's really toxic. The patients that come in, it's not as, it's not your usual na cough and colds. It's cough and colds plus may sakit pa sa brain, may sakit pa sa other. Yeah, it's kind of complicated. So you don't really want to add another bullying environment kasi that won't really help in the long run. Imagine mo, pre-res ako. When I went in, hindi ako marunong mag-extract sa mga babies, hindi ako marunong mag-extract sa mga... Kasi ang dami kong hindi alam. And I would ask my seniors and I would ask help from them. Kasi bakit ko naman pipilitin gawin kung hindi ko alam, diba? So, there was that kind of interaction with the seniors that they would really help you out. So, paano po ba mag-time management pag sobrang busy na? So, well, I will say, usually kami, we are given our schedules naman during the start of the month. So, bago mag-start ang month, we already know when kami duty, when kami pre-duty, when kami post-duty. So, usually we manage our time around the schedule that's given to us. I will say time management in sense when you're working, na magawa mo lahat ng kailangan mong gawin during the period of work. It takes a lot of practice, I will say. Of course, sa start, di naman talaga ganun kagaling. Honestly, when it was the first year, ang dami kong hindi alam, guys. Like, ang dami ko talagang hindi alam. But, yeah, it was a day-by-day process and minsan nagkaka-imposter syndrome pa. But it was a day-by-day process. And yun nga, nag-a-ask lang talaga ng help. Honestly, minsan inisip mo di mo kaya, pero actually kaya nyo. If you enter residency, do you still have time for your hobbies or bonding time with family? Yes. It really depends on your priorities and what you will prioritize during your free time. Family time, I would place on my time na like your half day ako sa work or like during my leave, yun. There is really time to bond with your family, especially if you choose to do it. It's really all about choosing to find time for it. Yun lang masasabi ko. Kasi honestly, yung schedule nyo naman sa residency, may set schedule naman. So, it's up to you if you want to find time to fit your family in your busy schedule. Or your hobbies as well. So, how does residency work? Oo nga pala, I just realized hindi ko yun nasabi sa start pa lang. So, residency is a program or a training program wherein you pick your certain specialization. In my case, I chose pediatrics, so it was a 3-year training program. It will depend naman on your residency program. So like surgery, 5 years, yung iba 6 years. Yung IM, internal medicine, 3 years. Yung OFTA, 3 years. So, OB, 4 years. So, it depends on your specialization. So, since it is a training program, you have a lot of things. So, hindi ka lang pumapasok sa hospital to go on duty. It's not like your usual pre-duty from. There's still exams. So, we had monthly exams every time. And yearly, we had like an in-service exam. So, we also have research. So, in my program, it was a requirement to pass one research in order to graduate. The schedules in my training program at least depended on the rotation. So, ER rotation, nagkakaroon ng 12-hour schedule yon. Kasi of course, sobrang toxic ng ER. When you're doing ward, OPD, it will be like 24 hours duty and then you go home. I will say the department really considers mental health din. And also, of course, for the patients. Kasi kapag pagod na, hindi na talaga nakakaisip. Lalo na when it comes to pediatrics, ang daming computation. So, they take that into consideration and factor din. What's your diet during residency? Honestly, my diet during residency was not the best. Laging orders, laging pa-deliver, laging fast food. Di talaga healthy, guys. So, yun, binabawi ko na ngayon na nagiging healthy. Well, at the same time, lagi pang walang tulog. So, it wasn't like health-wise, it wasn't like the best. But yeah, we're making up for it right now. Will my med school grades matter po? Well, depends on the training program you're applying to. If it's a very competitive program, I think they will also look at your medical school grades. Lalo if super daming nag-a-apply and onte lang yung kukunin nila. How to be team uwi? So, ako kasi I would say I'm probably like a team uwi person. By team uwi, medyo agit ako baseline when I'm working in the hospital. So, probably I was call myself an agit resident. By agit, parang gusto ko matapos lahat agad. Or like, when may labs na gagawin, like, okay, gawin na natin ngayon. Usually, I will do my chartings in the morning. Chartings namin kasi ay electronic na. So, you have to sit down talaga to do your chartings or else walang maka-carry out no orders. Kung anong in-order ko, kung wala, ask help from the interns, clerks as well, if ever, para masabay. Kasi you're handling multiple patients at once. And lalo na when you're a senior, you're not just handling the ward, you're also handling patients outside of the ward. So, bukod sa mga nasa ward, sa'yo din yung ibang pasyente na around the hospital. So, kailangan mo din mag-rounds around the hospital and chart all those patients. I feel like not everyone will kind of see that. I remember when I was an intern before, akala ko like walang ginagawa yung resident ko. Pero when I became a resident, it all changed. Like, oh my gosh, imagine, siguro kung intern ako at that time, hindi ko tinulungan ang resident ko. Siguro sobrang kapang-kapa siya. So yeah, I'm really thankful for the interns, clerks, and nurses, everyone helping. Kasi it really helps talaga. Lalo na sa pedia. You know, it can be really toxic. Tell us a harsh truth about residency. Residency will really test you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. And I will say, I've learned to have a mindset na, you know, at the end of the day, matatapos nito. At the end of the day, I'm gonna learn. And of course, you can never be ready. I remember, like, before ako nag-start na residency, sabi ko, shucks, ano ba to? Like, ano ko ba to ma-manage? But yeah, you decide to go on residency, you never be ready. You just go in and jump in. Kaya niyan, guys. Okay, I feel like this is really good questions. Theoretically wise or skills wise? Theoretically wise, we have, in my training program, we have consultants, we have fellows, since it is a training hospital, who guide us in the management of the patient. So, hindi lang yung tipong gagawin mo just because you think it's right. We also have guidance with what we're doing. And, well, we also read on it as well. So, theoretically wise, top tier. Skills wise, ang dami ko natunan skills wise. I will say, like, umbikat, intubation, extractions, divet, diba? Sobrang daming skills. And with the number of patients that we have, I will say before I started residency, skills-wise, I wasn't very good at a lot of things talaga. Kaya nung previous period pa lang, I usually volunteered to do the things na hindi ko alam talaga, like lumbar tap. I would just like politely ask like the resident in charge, parang, okay lang po ba, doc, if pwede ako mag-volunteer, you can guide me. And yeah, that was how I learned. Kasi if you don't ask naman, or if you don't ask someone to teach you, how will you learn, diba? So, don't be afraid to like ask for help. Like, if you jump into residency thinking you're not ready, there are people there who are willing to help you talaga. I will say 101%. Was there a point in your residency that you wanted to quit? Yes. Actually, yung pinaka-quitting point ko dun was when I found out my dad was sick. So, I found my dad was sick August 2022. And at that time, kasi of course, I was in Manila, they were back in the province. I really wanted to like go home, spend time with my dad. I hate it. I cry talaga. Ugh. Okay, anyway. But yeah, my dad texted me the night I found out he was sick, and he was telling me na parang, don't quit. Like, I want you to be the best pediatrician you can be. And yeah, I talked to him, and that's the reason I still continued on. No one knew actually from my batchmates. Well, actually, except one of my closest friends sa batchmates ko. Knew my dad was sick, but other than that, didn't tell anyone. So, I had to juggle that during residency. Personal life and residency, my dad was sick. I was going through all of it behind closed doors. And probably that was really, really hard on my end. But I just kept on remembering that my dad would have wanted me to finish talaga and not quit. So, I did not quit, and here we are. I'm actually like a board-certified pediatrician. And sad to say, my dad isn't physically here to witness it, but I know he's watching down from heaven, and I know he's very, very proud of me. what are the valuable lessons you learned in your residency journey? I will say teamwork makes dream work. And yun nga, to be always humble. Kung hindi mo alam, you can always ask questions. To have time for yourself to recharge. Mental health is very important for you to treat your patients properly. Of course, you have to be mentally okay as well. And yun lang, to also have empathy for your patients as well. Like, the same time, so many people are going through a lot of different things all at the same time. So, you always have to empathize with everyone around you. Hi, Doc. How was your PG residency? Rate it from 1 to 10. I will say a 9 out of 10. I'll make a 1 para my room for improvement. But yeah, what do you think of people who decide not to go into residency? I will say after you take your board exam, it really depends naman on what you want to do in life, honestly. Of course, when you have like a specialty, must focus training, I guess, on that certain aspect or field of medicine. And so my thoughts on that are that if you want to go into residency, that's okay, that's good. If you don't want to go into residency, that's okay also. So it really depends on your choices in life and what makes you happy. So yeah, those are the questions that you guys ask. Right now, we're gonna proceed with the giveaway. Okay, I feel like I need to show you guys my reaction when I found out we reached 100,000. When I received the 100K plaque, I was just like, oh, I think, and like the community that we've built here on YouTube, I've talked to some of you guys on Instagram, you guys have messaged me, and I've known some of you guys, and it really warms my heart to see na just by me sharing my journey, some of you have proceeded to go to med school, and that I have helped you guys to push through to continue your medical career. So I feel like this giveaway is something also that was very close to my heart, and I feel like I can also pass it on to a dreamer who wants to go into medicine or actually who's in medicine already. One lucky winner will receive a Littmann Classic 3 stethoscope. This is in color black. I chose color black. Actually, I was contemplating on the colors, but I eventually chose black to give to you guys para neutral for everyone. And of course, hindi lang naman yun. Meron din tayong medical kit. So, if you like someone in the medical world, there's a pulse ox. So, if mga mag-monitor. Tourniquet! Oh my gosh, tourniquet. May mga elastic bandage tayo. Well, of course, I also added soap kasi we have to wash our hands. We have a thermometer. We have band-aids, multiple band-aids. And we have mga sterile gauze over here. So, it's basically like a med kit for someone who wants to pursue medicine or who's already in medicine, a med kit and a Littmann stethoscope. So to join this giveaway and as a thank you for you guys, all you have to do is subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, and leave down a comment down below why you think you deserve this medical kit. Yeah, I will say medical kit. Why I deserve this medical kit. And I will announce the winner next month on April 20 via my IG stories on Instagram. So if you comment down below, don't forget to also leave your Instagram na @ or like username so I can figure out your account name, etc. And I can find you guys kasi it's kind of hard to figure out yung mga commenters here sa YouTube, like I like to correlate and contact them. It's hard to do that here on YouTube, so let's do it like on Instagram. So yeah, that's just pretty much it. And yeah, I feel like I want to pass it on. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for all 100,000 subscribers. And remember, health is wealth. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys!